Hey everybody, Dean Colovera, IT recruiter at SRE Staffing. Just wanted to give a quick end of week job search quick tip for the long weekend for you to kind of mull over. Not just mull over, but actually take action over. Um, so what I wanted to talk about is I've been meeting with a lot of candidates, and I do meet with people with candidates in person at our offices. We're located at Young and Shepherd. So if you're an IT professional, no matter what level of your career you're at, definitely feel free to send me a message or give me a call if you want to schedule a face-to-face meeting. We can discuss your background in a bit more detail, see if there's any way I can help you, if not immediately, at some point in the future. What I want to talk about is something I've noticed is that a lot of candidates they tell me that, Dean, I put out a lot of emails and social media contacts, such as messages, but I don't get any responses. What am I doing wrong? That kind of thing. Now, most of the people that I speak to, the tool that they're mostly using, they mention email, they mention LinkedIn messages, social media. Now, the one tool I don't hear too much about is the telephone, and that's a tool that you really need to be using in your job search, especially when you're reaching out to recruiters such as myself. And I actually wrote an article on this on Monday. It was Monday evening, I believe. So if you haven't checked it out, I'm posting the link in the comments here. Make sure you read it. So in that article, I discuss how exactly you can make that phone call to a recruiter. How do you, what's the goal of the call? If you think that the goal of the call is to get an appointment or discuss your background, you're actually wrong. There's actually a totally different goal, and I discuss that in the article. So make sure you check it out. So again, I'm going to post the link in the comments below. And again, you need to pick up that, exercise that courage muscle, right? I always talk about building the courage muscle. So I want you to be able to pick up the phone, call a recruiter such as myself, introduce yourself, and be able to talk about your background, your skill set, what opportunities they have. And even if they can't help you immediately, they could help you at some point in the future. And developing that ability to make a phone call will really help you at any point in your career when you're in job search mode, right? So make sure you check out that article and add the telephone to your arsenal of job search tools or strategies or tactics or whatever you want to call it. Because if you depend only on social media, on email or social media, know that a lot of people use those lines of communication the most. So if you start using the phone, you can imagine what kind of a differentiator that is between yourself and the majority of people who are only using email and LinkedIn messages, in-mails, and all of that. So no matter how far we've progressed technologically, the telephone is still the best way to reach out to people. And I'm not just saying that, I'm not just preaching that. I say that as a recruiter and as someone whose job is basically reaching out and communicating with a lot of people. The phone is still hands down the best way to reach out to people. Of course, in combination with all those other forms of communication, right? Which is something, if you've been following me, you'll notice that I say is always use a combination of communication tools. But definitely the phone is still the best way to get in touch with someone, best way to get into communication with someone, and best way to open that link, right, between yourself and another person. And because of the problem with social media or emails is that we just get bombarded with so much stuff. It's so easy to miss out on something or skip out on something, or even read a message, make a note to check it out later, but then you completely forget about it. And actually, this one guy commented on one of my posts today. He was like, "Hey, Dean, I sent you a message way back when, and you didn't respond." That's a perfect example. So this guy sent me a message. I think it was in around March or so, March or April or something of that sort. And I saw the message and then I completely forgot about it, right? Because I get so many messages. It's so hard to, not hard, but I'd say definitely a challenge to keep up with all the messages and all the emails and, all the forms of communication. So at least with the phone, first of all, you're being proactive. You're taking control over, when you reach the person that, getting in communication with them, you're able to take more control over it. So in any case, read the article that I put. I'm posting the link below. Make sure you check it out and incorporate the phone. Incorporate the phone into your job search strategy. Reach out to recruiters. Introduce yourself. Be able to do that. Use the phone. So that's what I want you to think about, using the phone. So I hope everybody has a great long weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the time off. But if you're in job search mode, remember, if you put in at least 1 to 2 hours over this long weekend into your search, that'll give you that much of an advantage over others who are kind of relaxing and taking it easy and kind of taking time off. So make sure you do that. And what else? If you're an IT professional here in Toronto, Canada, and we're not connected or we don't know each other, make sure that we connect. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Follow me. I prefer if you add me, because that way I know I'm connected to you as well. Because if you just follow me, you see what I'm doing, but I don't see what you're up to. So that's kind of unfair, right? So make sure you connect with me, especially if you're an IT professional here in Toronto, Canada, and let's get in communication, right? If you want to reach me on my office line, Monday to Friday, I'm at 416-296-1772, extension 2036. Top roles I'm working on, I have a client out in Mississauga. They're looking for a security engineer. Now, this is basically what they're looking for, is a security engineer in the sense of someone who comes from a strong .NET development background and who's progressed into the applications, the application security side of things. So someone who's been a strong .NET developer for a number of years, someone who's at a senior level, but who more recently in their career has shifted or focused more on the application security side. So that is a really awesome opportunity, and it is a full-time permanent role. And other roles, again, I still have that client looking for cloud DevOps people. They're looking for a whole bunch of VMware cloud people. I think also a senior Linux administrator as well. So a whole bunch of roles, and it's not just one or two positions. Like, I'm talking, for each role they're looking for like 5-6 people for each. So tell your friends, tell your uncles, your aunts, and everybody, your grandparents, anybody who knows people looking for work in those areas. Let me know. I'll definitely do my best to assist in any way possible. Again, thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate all the support, the likes, the comments, the shares. And don't forget to like and share this video as well. And any way I can help you, don't hesitate in letting me know. I'll do my best to respond. And again, have a great long weekend, and I'll see you next week. Take care.